Welcome to today's broadcast. Shout out to our sponsors. And now for our broadcast.
Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to Jeff's Livestream Volleyball Players Showcase this evening, as we are pretty excited. I always love this part of when we get to do the show at the end of the season. It is not, if you're tuning in for a playoff show, you're in the wrong spot, because we're not talking about playoffs at all. We hope that, we know everybody gets in for volleyball. We know potentially what seeds they're looking at, but right now we want to just celebrate all of the athletes and the parents and the families and the friends who've had the chance to watch us throughout the year. I've got the whole A team here, A-plus team, I guess we'll have to say, with Makai. Behind the camera is Justin, and over on the portable is Cameron, and we're looking forward to having a good show. I'm going to run a couple of sponsors ads, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk briefly about the Randolph Rockets. Unfortunately, they could not make it tonight because of other obligations that they've had. So, and Coach Kolbeck and Coach Kinsler is off at the seating meeting right now. And I did get an interview with Coach Kinsler, though, and I'll talk about that when we come back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with Makai, Justin, Cameron here on Jeff's Livestream.
Nice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber, True Value in downtown Lomera, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Municipal Well and Pump has helped communities and industries keep water running with expert well drilling, pump installation, and dependable maintenance. Our experienced team is committed, quality workmanship, and getting the job done right the very first time. When reliable water matters most, trust the name built on honesty, integrity, and experience. Municipal Well and Pump, delivering water you can depend on.
At the Pioneer Keg, great food meets a fun atmosphere. Dive into their full menu featuring award-winning cheese curds and our homemade pizzas that are simply irresistible. Try the famous Brewmaster Challenge, where the food takes center stage. And if it's Friday, get ready for our amazing Friday fish fry. Check out our relaxed atmosphere, hang with friends, where everyone has a good time. Come thirsty, come hungry, and leave happy. The Pioneer Keg, 122 South Milwaukee Street, Theresa, Wisconsin.
Welcome back here to The Rock. Thank you to Caleb again for allowing us to use this facility. It's absolutely amazing. And he packed us in on a night where on Friday they have Hockey Unlimited, which is a huge, huge event here in Waupun. And then on Saturday he has a wedding. So I really want to appreciate the fact that he was able to squeeze us in here tonight. And we'll maybe have to look at other venues. Ladies, come on in and grab a table. Thanks for joining us. Let's talk a little bit about the Randolph Rockets. Makai, you and I have probably covered Randolph the most. We started out early in the season. When we had a chance to watch them, I was concerned that their youth was going to cause them a little bit of trouble. But, again, we had a chance to see them. They lost a 5-setter early to Fall River. One of the things that is a bugaboo of mine with the Trailways Conference is I do not like the fact that you have to play a tough opponent from the Trailways so early in the season. It would be nice if they'd let you get rolling into it and then be able to start to play. But that was their first game as well. I believe that you got record information and a couple of other results that stood out to you. And these guys were all at the Trailways Conference tournament this past weekend as well.
Yeah, Randolph's kind of had an up and down season. Didn't start off too hot. I believe they dropped the first 5 6 in a row. But after that, they came back with a nice winning streak at a tournament over the weekend. Obviously, jumping into conference play wasn't the best start that they wanted, but able to bounce back. Overall, putting a 15-19 campaign together this year, and in conference, they finished 5-2, so close to the top up there.
Lost to Fall River, and a loss to oh, come on, think here. Out of the West was, oh my God, Montello, thank you. Yeah, and Montello was a ranked team. Montello did not compete well in the gold division, and Randolph, when they were in the silver, I don't even know what to call it, the silver bracket of the gold division. I don't know what the technical term is, but they got swept also in there. So it kind of talks to a little bit of a discrepancy of what you see in the Trailways West compared to the East and the South. Coach Kolbach had talked to us a little bit beforehand. I talked to him a little bit on the phone, and he said he's really excited about the seating meeting tonight. When we brainstormed, he talked about they're going to be anywhere between a 3 and a 6, but he doesn't care because he thinks his girls are playing some incredible volleyball right now. Anything else that you want to add after seeing Randolph play?
Just really good persistence and resiliency from the girls out there on the court. Obviously, it's really hard to
the sunshine of summer with boating, jet skiing, UTV riding, mowing lawn, gardening, or camping, enjoy the leaves falling in autumn, getting to that perfect nature walk or hunting, or enjoying the Wisconsin snowfall hiking, four-wheeling, snowmobiling, traveling across the state, or just driving up and down your driveway, call PT Tire and Service for all your automotive and recreational needs. Call 920-346 Tire. Located in Lamira, Wisconsin, Schaefer Auto is your go-to destination for quality used vehicles at unbeatable prices. Our mission is to provide dependable cars that fit your budget, and we take pride in offering a wide selection of makes, models, years, and mileage options. If the vehicle you're looking for isn't on our lot, don't worry. Our team is dedicated to finding exactly what you need. Visit Schaefer Auto for your next purchase, where we'll work with you to find a car tailored to meet your needs. Schaefer Auto.
Upgrade your comforted living space for 2025. Your living room should be a place of comfort and connection. A sectional provides the perfect blend of style and function, giving you plenty of seating for family, friends, and relaxation. For 50 years and counting, Verhang's Furniture has been proudly serving the Waupun area at prices you can afford. Visit us today at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhagsfurniture.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on our latest arrivals, events, and deals. Verhags Furniture Mart, 50 years strong, quality you trust, prices you'll love.
When you're not watching games on Radio Plus or Jeff's live streams, find the latest scores and top performers from the Flyway Conference by following Flyway Focus on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and stay up to date with the latest conference news every morning with the Flyway Focus Sports Report on YouTube or Spotify.
Angling.
Welcome back here to Jeff's live stream as we get ready here for this volleyball player showcase here, where we have a chance to talk to the ladies from Central Wisconsin Christian. Now, typically what we are asking for, we'd love to have the coaches come here and interview as well, because we want to have a conversation about how they've worked with this group of ladies, what they've done to help prepare them. We like their thoughts about, you'll hear it from when I talked to Coach Kinsler, how they got into this, and just how they have the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of kids. Unfortunately, Coach TeNapel did not make it, and I don't think Coach Marwitz made it. And who's the other one? I'm missing one more.
Abby, Jen Novice.
Yeah, they send the ladies here themselves. Joining me here is I've got Lauren with me, I got Josie with me, I got Kelsey with me, and I got Josie with me tonight here on this player showcase. If you don't know, I rank the teams when it comes to scheduling, and because I work at CWC and I absolutely love being there and I love being around you guys. You guys are highest priority, so you guys get first choice. So if we don't have workers that can go, you guys will be on air. My second favorite team is Oakfield, and then my second team is Laconia as well. So we always make sure that we've got it covered that way. But what I'd like to start out with first, I'm going to start with Josie down on the far end there. Josie, I'm going to ask you, just tell me a little bit about how you got involved in volleyball and at what age?
I started in 5th grade, I believe. I went to Randolph Christian, which is a pretty small school, so yeah, pretty much everyone just played. So yeah, but I had a really good time there, and it was, yeah, just really good.
So I'm assuming then you had the opportunity to meld in here with your teammates. Tell me a little bit about what's your favorite thing about being a part of CWC volleyball.
I love how tight we are as a community. We do a lot besides volleyball together, and I think that's just really fun to get to know each other in that way as well.
Are you involved in other activities as well? Give them all. Give me all the plays and the singing and all that stuff that you're involved in.
Yeah, so I'm in band and choir and Nuggies and some other things as well. I play piano and yep.
So you're a very busy person.
Yeah.
You had the opportunity to thank somebody. Who would you be thinking about and thanking out here right now?
I would have to say my parents. They're very supportive of everything that I do, and I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
So what's your favorite pregame meal that Mom makes for you?
I'd have to go like some sort of pasta, probably.
One of the other questions that I have for you is I'd like to know this. Tell me, who's the most likely on your team to wear their jersey backwards when they come out on the court?
I'd probably have to say Reagan. I feel like she would do that.
I do think that's something that Reagan would say. We'll talk a little bit about your volleyball prowess, Josie. I love watching you in the middle. I'm so impressed. I know that you were on the team last year, but this year I see you doing a much better job of blocking. You're much more aggressive in the middle. Just talk to me a little bit about how you evaluate how your play has grown over the last couple of years.
Yeah, definitely last year I got a lot more strong blocking, and this year too. I think my blocking has gotten a lot better, and attacking, just everything I think I've grown like recently this year. So yeah.
It helps to be 6'8" up at the net, right?
It does.
Makai, I don't know, you've seen the ladies play quite a bit as well. I don't know if there's something you want to add for Josie.
Yeah, Josie, just talk about kind of how you've improved your game. Obviously, you started at 5th grade. Talk about the progression and what's led you to come up so far.
Yeah, I just think my height, I've always been really tall, so that helps a lot. And I've had really supportive coaches and teams across the years, so that's been really helpful too.
Yeah, but we know it also takes a lot of coordination to take a quick set in the middle and to be able to strike it with some force. So you do a nice job of executing that. Is there anything else you'd like to add here as part of the your chance to speak here on the player showcase?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I want to thank you for taking the time to come out here and sharing.
Thank you.
And if you want to jump in on any of the comments that the girls make about you, feel free to do so. Kelsey Boss is here. First of all, let's give a round of applause to Josie. One of the reasons why we do this here is because I love the fact that it works on our communication skills and it gives the opportunity for everybody to get up here and have to practice speaking in public. Kelsey, talk to me about, again, you played quite a bit last year, but probably not as much as you'd have liked to. Tell me about how you have grown into your position because, again, I see you walk in the halls with this little nice smile on your face, and all of a sudden that volleyball's put in the air, and you are swinging like crazy. Talk to me about where that mindset comes from.
I think this past year I played on a club volleyball team, and that really helped me improve with swinging from the left side and also kind of like in the middle again. So that definitely helped with a lot of things. So.
Everybody talks about superstitions. I don't believe in them, but these camera operators are constantly always talking about the announcer's jinx. Who's got the strangest superstition on your team?
I would say me, Reagan, and Hannah, we go to Duncan before every single game and get a refresher.
And it must work.
It works.
You guys are sitting at a good 21-6, if I remember correctly, or 20-8. Sorry, I know you guys didn't probably play as well as you would have liked to on Saturday, but again, talk to me about how the friendship that you have here with these girls, and as well as your teammate, and how that's made your volleyball experience so special.
Well, this year especially, Dan says that like this is the tightest group of like girls that he's ever had, and I think that just like going to school with each other the past like I don't even know how many years I've gone to school with Josie since I was really little, and Lauren since 5th grade, and Josie Weiss since middle school, and yeah, we do a lot of things together, so really tight.
Makai, you've had a chance to see Kelsey swinging as well. She's in there blocking as well with the defense with Josie. Is there anything you would like to ask her?
Well, first, did you guys get Duncan before the tournament on Saturday?
No, we didn't.
No, see, that was the problem. No Duncan
Too
before
bad
the
I don't
tournament.
believe in superstitions.
Yeah, well,
otherwise, that's what I would have blamed it on.
That's just wrong. Kelsey, you've played fantastic all season. Talk about that club team that you played on. Did it really help you try to elevate your game for this season? Is it that a first-time thing for you, or have you played on different teams like that besides school ball in the past?
That was a first-time thing playing for this club. I played for Club Breakout in Waupun, and I played because I wanted to get better for the school season, and I think that
Over to here. Let's jump in and talk with Josie Vanderwerf. Josie, talk to me a little bit about here. You are not really a starter, right? Last year, you got to see some spot time, right? Mm-hmm. Just talk to me about the mindset of still staying out here, battling through it, and I've watched you play quite a bit, and I've seen you improve, doing a nice job of doing some settings. So just talk to me about how you have felt yourself growing and becoming a part of this team and what your role is.
Yeah, I really just love my teammates, and I love to be around my friends. And
I like to spend time with them, and I just get to spend time with them every day. And it just allows me to also learn leadership skills, which I love leading people, and I like to be especially emotional support for people when they are having tough times, even in games or practices or out of sport time.
Talk to me again about your setting. Again, I've been impressed watching you do that so much better this year. So where did that come from?
I think we have a lot of players that are very versatile this year, and I think that just allows us to I'm able to set different balls to different people, and it allows for us to rotate and play different positions all the time.
Doesn't hurt that your dad is making you do this, does it? No, I'm only kidding. Talk to me a little bit about thank you. You're welcome. I've got too many things I'm going on here. I had to change the logo up there to make sure I had CWC's logo. Josie, talk to me about what is your favorite pregame meal?
I like when we have chicken wraps. Those are always my favorite. We had them twice this year, but they're always my favorite.
Do you guys have team meals that take place during the week, or do you have pregame team meals?
Yeah, before every game we have a sign-up genius schedule that we send out, and a parent signs up for a meal and they bring meal, and we all have meal together and spend that time together.
So who brings the best wraps?
I don't know. Lauren's mom brings some pretty good wraps.
I'm sure that is the case. Tell me a little bit about Mikhail, anything that you'd like to add here, and talk to Josie a little bit about when you've had the opportunity to see her out there playing.
Josie, we've talked about the environment of this team. You guys are such a close-knit group of girls out there playing. Obviously, you guys have grown up with each other. We talk about the team meals that everybody brings in. It's a time to bond. How important is that for you guys in order to thrive and have that success on the court as well as off the court?
I think it really just allows us, we're able to read each other and understand each other without saying a lot of things. And I think that just allows us to all work together. We also have a lot of team chemistry, so there's not a lot of arguing, and we get over things quickly, whether they're big things or small things.
Josie, final question that I have for you. What is the strangest pregame ritual that somebody has on the team? What is it?
I don't know. Abby likes to wear pigtails all the time. It's goofy, but after we win games, she has a certain type of pigtail hairstyle that she likes to keep wearing.
That's why I've noticed that happening all the time. Thank you, Josie, for taking the time to join me here on this player showcase. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. Josie Vanderwerf. Let's take a look at Lauren Rice here as well. Before I get to you, Lauren, I'm going to try and there we go. So I can play that little highlight video that I created. At least I thought that I had it on. Is it there? It is not there. How come? Okay, I guess I won't be using that. Oh, I know why. My apologies. Give me a second. It's there. Just switched it from only to... Now I should be able to see it. I lost sound. At least I think I did. If Caleb's out there watching, Caleb, can you let me know? Sound keeps cutting in and out. Okay, thank you, Claire. I'll see if I can fix that.
Claire.
I'm glad that she was on there, so let me see if I can fix that. I don't know why that is the case. All right, well, I'm going to have to unplug it and plug it back in. We lost our stream. There it is, coming back. We don't have sound, though. Can you see? Can you hear sound, Justin? Okay, it's just not showing up on the meter then. All right, well, we'll continue as if it is playing sound then. Until we get a break here, and then I'll try and switch it and reboot everything to see what happens. Lauren, talk to me about, again, you switched positions last year to the libero, whichever you guys call it, the L position, let's put it that way. And that was quite a learning experience for you, I think, last year, but you definitely seem like you have grown more comfortable in this position. Tell me what you like about being the libero.
I really like you get to see the whole court, and you get to also like watch your hitters and your setters get success, and you just get to be a part of all of that. So that's super fun.
It seems like they constantly are always attacking on serve. They seem to be attacking you constantly. Is that typical out of the libero position? Do you know? I mean, I'm not very familiar, obviously, with that. So your serve receive seems to be pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, the libero's in like every serve receive, so that's why they get served to a lot more. But
it seems to me, though, that's contradictory because you're hitting the defensive specialist, right? Isn't that typically what the libero's position is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fact that you're receiving all of the serves just seems like a contradiction to me, and maybe that's my lack of understanding of the sport. Tell me a little bit about your camaraderie and your leadership here as part of the team, being the person who's come back, along obviously with Josie and Kelsey and Josie, but you're the one that's the field general out there usually as the libero as well.
Yeah, I think it's super fun. We do have like a lot of people from last year still, so it's super fun to play with them, but then also like introducing some of the new junior girls and sophomore girls, like getting to play with them and just getting to lead with them and just be on the court with them is a lot of fun.
So same question, what's your favorite pregame meal?
Chicken wraps.
Chicken wraps.
That's why I brought them.
Tell me about your plans for after graduation. What are you looking at doing?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm thinking of going to a 4-year college, probably for something in healthcare, but I'm still deciding a lot of that still.
So what's your favorite subjects then, since you talked about healthcare?
Well, right now I really like psychology.
Oh, awesome. Makai, you've seen Lauren play several times. Share with me what your thoughts are or a question that you have for her.
Yeah, Lauren, I've got one question for you, then I got one question for the girls. So, Lauren, we'll start with you. The libero, defensive specialist, a lot of pressure on your shoulders. How do you deal with all that? You know the ball's coming to you a large % of the time. How do you get in the right mindset in order to get yourself in the game and get ready to go, knowing that you're kind of that last line of defense back there?
Yeah, I think it's definitely hard sometimes, but it's just remembering, like, you need to forget your past mistakes and just move on for the next point. And I also really appreciate Josie is always there, like she said, like she's helping to bring people up on our team when they're down, and just the people that are passing back there with you, you know you're never alone, and they're like encouraging each other back there. So.
All right, one final question from me for all of you. It's the pregame. You guys are in the locker room getting jazzed up, getting ready to go for the game. Who is the one person on the speaker you're giving it to, you're giving the aux to, saying, play something, get us going? Who's the girl?
Josie? Whose music do you want to listen to in the locker room?
I think our manager, Bryce, plays music a lot of times.
She's got the best playlist?
Yeah.
Kelsey?
I was going to say Bryce
Okay.
or Livy Vandorf. She does it a lot. So.
Okay. Josie?
I was going to say Livy, or sometimes Kelsey plays music too.
I was going to say Bryce or Elise.
Here's the final question that I have for you. You guys are great job out here tonight. What would you like to tell Coach Tenable? You get a phrase or two to tell him about how things are going.
Be here next time.
We'll start with you, Lauren. Okay, Josie, what would you like to share?
Which one?
Oh, sorry, you. Josie B.
I think he's been a great leader. He shows a lot of his faith in our volleyball program, and that is really important through our program. And he talks a lot about just being confident, but being confident in your faith and knowing that you're not alone and that God's with you through everything.
Awesome. Kelsey?
I'd say that he puts a lot of work into us, like pushing us every day at practice, making sure that we take it seriously and that we have fun, but also make sure that we are getting better during it. And he makes sure to intertwine a lot of drills that will help us, like, better our game too. So I really appreciate that.
And finally, Josie.
Yeah, I would say he's very dedicated to our volleyball, but also our faith lives and making sure we're developing in that way too, which is really good.
I want to thank all of you guys again for taking the time to join us here on the post-game show. Any questions that anybody would like to ask from the audience? Am I off time? Oh, darn. Okay, I guess no questions. You guys get lucky that nobody's going to ask you a trick question from the audience. Again, I want to thank the ladies from CWC. Let's give them a hand for coming up here and joining us. Thank you. We're going to step aside. We're going to hear from our sponsors, and we're going to switch over, and we're going to hear from the ladies from Oakfield. We'll be back here on Jeff's live streams.
Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, WIT Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
Planning to build? Whether it's a new home, remodel, or commercial project, you need a committed team that's dedicated to bringing your visions to reality. You need Pinot. After all, we've been doing it for over 45 years. To start your next project, go to www.rapinno.com and you'll learn about the Pinot difference. Pinot, build better for future generations.
For 50. Welcome back here to, it's just that one. I don't understand what's happening, but okay. Supposedly we have the sound that's running, I hope. If it's not, will somebody put that in the chat that you are not hearing me, but you can see my lips moving? That would be fantastic, but I'm not seeing, it should be working okay. With me, I've got the ladies from Oakfield, from the mighty Lady Oaks. Is that offensive when I say Lady Oaks?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I know that there's some that say, well, we're Oaks. It doesn't matter if we're male or female. But I just want to make sure that nobody gets offended by me saying something like that. I had the opportunity to, Coach Kinsler is at the seating meeting, and she had texted me and said that she couldn't make it, but you guys would be joining me, and I really do appreciate that. But then I texted her back, and I said, we really haven't gotten a lot of pregame interviews because we don't seem to connect, but I'd love for you to be able to connect and share. So I'm going to have her interview play, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear it, and you'll hear it out there. Now, caveat, again, she tells me that she doesn't like to talk. And I said, okay, let's just make it a quick 3 minutes, because that's about all I'm allotting for the coaches. And I think I was actually looking at my watch because I was surprised about how she kept going on, which is fantastic. Again, time is a non-issue for me when it comes to these types of things, because I prefer this type of atmosphere where we get a chance to talk to you as people rather than volleyball players. So I'm going to play the interview. It's going to take 8 minutes as we hear from Coach Kinsler. Welcome here to the Volleyball Showcase here, as we get an opportunity to once again showcase the talents that we have here with our coaches, our communities, and our athletes. And joining us right now, because she's in there battling for a high seed for the Oakfield Oaks, is Coach Ashley Kinsler. Coach, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
Let's just talk a little bit share a little bit of background. This is the kind of our showcase here, is just to talk a little bit more about each person. So tell us a little bit of background of how you got into the coaching and how long you've been coaching and working with these girls.
Oh, geez. Actually, it's not been that long, to be honest. So I teach here in Oakfield, and I knew, early on that obviously volleyball is a big passion. I played in college. I've coached for club for many years. I do middle school level. But varsity was always something I had my eyes on. But as kind of like on a personal level, my own children were really young at the time, and it just never was a great fit. But back in 2021, so when Georgia Hoffman was a freshman, their coach at the time had been let go just before playoff time. Actually, my first coaching event with them was at the conference crossover tournament that year. And I really just stepped in. I stepped in with Doug Mock, said, I'm in a pinch here. They don't have a coach. They have the conference tournament. Can you just step in for, a few games so we can figure out what we can do for the season? And I was like, sure, what would it hurt, right? And I remember I put in an illegal rotation at one point, and I remember saying to the R2, look, this is my first day on the job. I don't really even know these girls. So that was back now, 5 years ago when Georgia was a freshman. And so that's when I took over at the end of that season. And then, of course, you have that thrill and that excitement, and, I loved it, obviously. And I knew at the time we were returning 2 Hoffmans to the next roster and a handful of others. Lindsay Streeter was in that mix back then. Sophie Reynolds. And I thought, God, this is a good group of athletes. How fun would this be? Can I make it work with young kids? at home. And so I bit the bullet and I've stayed now. This will be my, technically my 5th season, with the Lady Oaks. So that's kind of my background with Oakfield.
So talk a little bit about how this team has compared to some of your past teams. Again, we've had the opportunity to cover Oakfield for the last several years, so we know what you're talking about with Georgia. But now that she's gone, I think there's a lot of teams that said Oakfield's done, but I think that you put some pretty good talent together.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you there. I definitely believe, and as you know, we've thought back over the season and coming into the season, I think a lot of people in the East Trailways chalk this up as, oh, they don't have Georgia. Like, that's a really big position to fill. And I can't take that away from Georgia. You know, she led our offense. She led our defense. She led our serve receive. She was an outstanding athlete. But we knew coming in that we had work to do. And some of my, sophomores from last year, now juniors, and 2 freshmen that played already on the roster last year, they put their heads down and filled the grind all summer long and trained hard. She was a big position to fill, but instead of having maybe, one really dominant player as an offensive and a defensive player, we now are sharing the load across the board on our roster. And I feel like, as great as Georgia was and as much as we do miss her on that court, I think our team this year is a little bit more dynamic in terms of we don't depend on one person. It is truly a team effort, and when everyone shows up and brings it for the team, we have had a lot of success.
Talk to me about some of the special memories so far from this year. You and I were talking off air about how things just wrapped up here with the Trailways conference tournament, but just talk about some other memories that you can remember that really got things going for you as a coach.
We talked earlier, you and I, about, the East Trailways really is a dominant conference. There is, the top 5 teams are really pushing hard, and at any given moment, any given night, any of us could have taken away those first 5 seeds, in our conference. We took Valley Christian to 5 sets, and that was in the first week of conference play. We took Lords to 5 sets in the first week of conference play. We took Dodgeland to 4. It's just any one of those could have gone any way on any given night. It's just a really tough conference to be in. And it's a great thing for our area to see volleyball kind of be on the rise again after not having that popularity in sports. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing to be a part of. And, I always tell the girls, like, a loss is hard, but I would rather take a loss to a really good team in our conference that challenged us than playing a team that, we swept easily in 3 and didn't have to really think about. Those are where we make, we see growth and we get challenged by good teams. So, speaking of our conference, those are really tough things. But in terms of like memories, we've done some really cool things new this year that we haven't done. And part of it is, my assistant, who's the JV coach, Abby Gonzalez, has brought so much to the team after joining us last year. So she kind of led the way on our social media trail. We did a media day with girls with a photographer that has been so fun to see and see kind of the craze surface on social media for us. She helped put together, one of my dreams has always been a big pink night. We had that a couple weeks ago. That was really successful. We raised over $700 in some of the raffles and drawings that we did. That was a first time thing for us. The girls have done a ton of team bonding activities. Recently they got together and they had to do a sewing project with some of the grandmas from our team. And that's just like, as much as they were like, oh my gosh, we don't know how to do this, in the end, they absolutely loved the project. They take the travel pillows with them. They're embroidered and they're personalized. And that's just from 2 grandmas on our team that just love to spend time with the girls. And they're at all the games and cheering for the girls. But it was just something that, takes away from volleyball and helps us just bond in a different way than on the court. And that's exactly what makes this group of starters so special, is they're so close and bonded so well outside of volleyball that when they come onto the court, it makes everything so much easier for us.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask this question, because I know, again, we have almost adopted the Oakfield community as one of our main schools that we love to cover because of so many things that happen there that people don't know about. And I knew about the Dig Pink event, and I knew about the blanket that was created there. And I know that you didn't mention it, but this is I believe this was the first time that you beat the Lourdes team in conference. You just came back and you avenged your loss at home to Dodgeland with a sweep at the conference tournament. So you really have started, Coach, to create a whole new culture in Oakfield volleyball.
That's my goal.
Well, and you've achieved it, Coach, and I want to thank you again for taking the time to talk to us here on our Volleyball Showcase. Is there anything else that you'd like to share that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
No, I just, I think in entirety, I think everyone is seeing us as underdogs, or, this is our rebuilding year, and I think we've came out and proven ourselves that we don't give up, and when we're a team, we can be pretty darn good on the court, whether, we have the height or don't have the height, but we're going to fight as a team and hopefully take this into playoffs and make a good run in postseason here.
Thanks again, Coach, for joining me here. I really appreciate the time. We're going to step aside here. We're going to bring up some of the ladies from the Oakfield volleyball team here on the Jeff's Livestream Volleyball Player Showcase. We'll be back after these messages to talk to some of these girls from the Oakfield Oaks.
No messages. We're just going to talk to the girls from Oakfield here. First of all, thanks again, Lydia, Meredith, Hayden. Thank you for joining us here this evening. I really appreciate, again, taking the time to do so. Hayden, I'm going to start over here. Talk to me a little bit about some of the team bonding stuff that has been going on with the team, and what's been some of your favorites?
Definitely the sewing, because all of us didn't really know what we were doing, so the people that went first would help like the people that went after them, so then we were able to communicate and how to actually sew.
Tell me a little bit about your thoughts about the Dig Pink event.
I thought it was really fun. We had a bunch of stuff like set aside, like the blanket and the pillow. All of the raffle tickets, we were very successful and we made a lot of money. I think we recognized all the people that were worthy of being recognized and all the other people that were battling cancer.
I'm looking here, though. Who has the weirdest superstition on the team, and what is it? Remember what your answer was?
I think I said no pink jerseys.
They are bad luck. I guess. Did you wear pink on Saturday?
No, we did not wear pink. We wore black the whole day.
Huh. It's too bad I don't believe in superstitions. Otherwise, I would have bought into that one. But tell me a little bit about your one of the funny stories that you have. I see where I made my mistake now, because somebody had said what was one of the funniest. I was supposed to be on the volleyball court, but so share with me what was one of the funniest experiences that you saw.
Last year, we were in serve receive. I don't remember what team we were playing, but I shanked a ball and it went through the basketball hoop.
That's pretty talented. That's really good. Tell me about your favorite pregame meal.
I would have to say mac and cheese and goldfish.
Who's mac and cheese?
Like Kraft.
I guess. Just Kraft?
Yeah.
What? You don't have a mom that makes some awesome mac and cheese?
I mean, I
Not
do.
your mom, but a mom on the team that wouldn't make that for you guys?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I guess that we've got something out there that's going to happen since you guys are all juniors, which, again, I want to thank you again, because I get the privilege of seeing you guys again, and I get the chance of having the same conversation with you twice. Well, it's going to be more, because I know that you guys also play multiple sports. So tell me about some of the other activities that you do, Hayden.
I also play softball. I did play basketball last year, but I'm drifting away from that this year.
Body can't take the toll. It's okay to say that, because it will eventually catch up to you. Last thing that I have for you, I have two questions, and then I'm going to have one Makai's going to ask as well. Tell me, again, you've got people who are out there listening and watching this live stream. Tell me a little bit about something that you would tell yourself, younger self, or something that you would tell a little girl out there about how important it is to stay involved in activities?
I would say avoid like comparing yourself to other people, because I feel like that makes your confidence go down a lot, and you should just be focusing on yourself and your team and how you can make your team better.
Tell me a little bit about who you'd like to give a shout out to out there that you got the opportunity. The mic is yours. Who would you like to say a big word of thanks to?
Definitely my mom, because she supports me through everything, and she's always there to give me advice.
Well, I'm glad that you've had the opportunity to do that. Makai, is there anything, again, you've had the opportunity to see these ladies play, and again, we're lucky that they're just juniors and that they're going to get to see them again. Anything else that you'd like to ask them?
Yeah, such a fun team, such a young team. It's going to be really exciting to see them obviously finish out the course of this year, but then obviously moving into next year. Hayden, we talk about all the time athletes playing different sports and getting well-versed in a lot of different things. Talk about how important it is for you growing up to play a ton of different things and how that's helped you in your volleyball career specifically.
It definitely helps because multiple people on my team play other sports, so I'm able to bond with them. And I know like how to help them if they're like struggling.
Here's my final question for you. Which player is most likely to run into the referee while celebrating a point?
Definitely Lily Colleen. She gets really excited when we get a point.
She's a lot of fun to watch out there too. Just a little spark plug out there, constantly diving on the ground. Thanks for joining me here. Hayden, I appreciate it. Let's give a round of applause to Hayden and Colleen here for taking the time to speak to us. Meredith, again, I've had a chance to watch you play multiple sports here, but one of the things that really impresses me is you're not super tall, but you're also not afraid to swing and attack the ball. Tell me where that mindset comes from.
I've never been a tall person. Like I feel like during basketball I've always had Lydia there, so like we've always had her as our like one tall person. And like Oakfield, I feel like we don't have a lot of tall people, but I feel like I've definitely had to adjust with that just because like I wanted to be an outside hitter and I knew I had to work at that. So working on like my vertical and getting stronger and faster, like it's definitely made up for my height.
Talk to me about also the multiple sports that you play. Tell me a little bit about, somehow our headsets got mixed up here, so I don't know why I'm so hot there, but we'll fix it. Tell me a little bit about some of the other sports that you play.
I play basketball and softball. Basketball is actually just about to start up soon. Pretty excited for it. We're going to have a young team. It's going to be learning, but it'll be fun. And softball, I'm hoping to go a little further than we did last year. Really excited for that. Yeah.
But you're hoping that basketball will be postponed a little bit as you make a deep run into the volleyball state tournament.
Absolutely.
Right. Tell me about what's your favorite subjects in school.
I like my physics class. It's really interesting, and I like graphing a lot, so that's basically all we do in that class.
So tell me what your plans are then after high school, if you've had a chance to start thinking about that already.
I have had a chance, and I still have no idea.
It's okay. You've got plenty of time to experience different things to find out what you like. I would like to know what's your favorite pregame meal before a game.
I like chicken and rice. We usually get like these HelloFresh meals, and my mom makes it for me, so it's really good.
So your mom makes the HelloFresh, but it's not her chicken and rice.
It's good.
Well, you can just say that it is, right? Because
yeah.
Maybe she did make it and packaged it in the package for you. Who knows? Let's give a shout out to Mom. Who else would you like to give a shout out to?
Definitely, I feel like my dad and my brothers for sure, and my grandma, just because they've always been there for me, always supporting, always going to all of my games, no matter the circumstance or what's going on in their lives.
Okay, so be honest now. Have you ever waved up into the stands and figured out you were waving to the wrong people?
I probably have. I probably just like pushed it out of my mind. It was so embarrassing.
Makai, again, you've had a chance to see Meredith play out there again. I'm so impressed with how aggressive that she is up at the net. Just talk to me about what you saw from her play.
Yeah, well, first, Meredith, we are two different people because I had a physics class last year, my freshman year, and it was awful. I hated it. So kudos to you for enjoying that because I didn't want any part of it. But Oakfield is one of our favorite communities to cover because it's so close-knit. Everybody knows each other. Everybody's helping each other out, and just a great community to come into and get supported from. Talk about how crucial that is for you and your growth, not only your family, but your friends, the community members, all of them building each other up. How important is that for you, for your volleyball growth, your professional growth, your academic growth, all of that kind of those different things?
Definitely, it's definitely very important because like we're setting examples for like younger girls, and they're coming to our games and they're watching us play, and then when people show up that from the community that usually aren't really there, it really like brings the energy to our games, and it definitely helps us play a lot better just because there's so much energy and there's so many people there, and it makes it a whole lot better experience than if no one was like there, like we weren't such a tight-knit community.
Thanks for taking the time to answer that. Here's my final question to you. Now, you can't pick Lydia, you can't pick Hayden, but who of one of your rival teams would you say really impresses you as a volleyball player? Who do you have to plan? Because not only do you swing, you also are getting up there blocking. So who do you have to plan the most that you would love to give a shout out for as a really good player?
Probably somebody from CWC. I think it was, I can't remember. I don't know if I was like the one blocking her, but I think they said the one who has pigtails all the time. She's
Abby Tenable. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And why?
I think that's her.
Yeah, it is. That is who you're talking about.
I like her energy. Like she's just very energetic. She's always happy, always positive, and I noticed that when we played them the other night, and I thought that was pretty impressive. Like just always keeping the team up, always keeping them going.
Your two games are actually pretty similar. She swings away no matter what happens and continues to execute as well, plus helps out on the block. So I think you chose a good person right there. Yeah. Thanks again for taking the time to talk with me here today. Meredith Steinke. Justin, can you make sure that sound is still coming through because it's not popping on the meter? I just want to make sure that I'm not talking to dead air. Lydia, or actually these people are not talking to dead air. Joining me on the end is Lydia Fleury. Lydia, thanks again for taking the time to have a conversation with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me and us.
Yeah, we love having you guys, and you hear it all the time. We really enjoy going to the Oakfield community. Makai, I'm going to let you start out because I seem to be stealing all of the questions here.
Put me on the spot like
that. I
that.
know I did. So Lydia's got her sheet right here too.
Oh,
that if
perfect.
you want to ask her some of the questions that are on here.
We'll run through it. Do you remember what you put down as your favorite memory, Lydia?
I have no idea what I put down.
You put down, what was this? What, did you send this out a week ago?
Yeah, and I got it back about 3 days ago. No, they actually came back in early, so.
You put team dinners every Monday and going to Little Farmer as a team.
Oh, yeah.
I asked Meredith about it, but how important is that close-knit community supporting all you girls?
I feel like, especially like team dinners, it gives us a chance to bond together, and it's really helpful because we can bring all of that back onto the court and use that.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic. I just have a run at it here. Plans after high school. Obviously, you still have a little ways, obviously, but you thinking about that? Anything piquing your interest?
I don't really know quite yet. It's always run through my mind, and I always I go back and forth between what I want to do, and I still don't know. But I definitely want to go to college, but I just don't know what for yet.
Pre-game meal, your favorite pre-game meal you put down here, a BLT with no tomatoes and a bubbler. Doesn't that defeat the point of a BLT?
No, I don't think so. I don't like tomato. Well, my mom owns a restaurant, so it's pretty easy to go over there after school and before a game and quickly put in some bread and some bacon. No tomatoes, though. I don't like tomatoes.
We always hated the tomatoes, too, so we called it bacon lettuce toast. That was the BLT. That's what it stood for.
Oh, that is so creative. You guys are just absolutely amazing. Lydia, you are the youngest?
Yes, I'm the youngest.
You are the youngest.
Yes.
Talk to me about your family support, and the reason I can say that is because I get to see a lot from the Booster Club, and I get to see from the family. So just talk to me about how important that is to you.
Yes, so I have 3 older sisters, and growing up, I always watched all of them play all their sports, and I've been to all their games, and I feel like that was really helpful for me because I got to see all of them play, and they all support me. They all watch from wherever they are, and they always watch whenever.
So besides the family in general, is there anybody in specific that you'd like to give a shout out to that you think deserves to have a little bit of time?
Definitely my parents, because they have put in all the time and all the money into me so I can reach my goals and be the best player I can be.
You're a 3-sport athlete, correct?
Well, now I'm a 2. I'm not playing basketball this year.
Okay. But still talk about how important that has been to your development as an athlete, not to just focus on one. So talk a little bit about that. And then the second part of that question is, again, you've got some little girls who are out there who are going to be listening to this. You know that they already look up to you. What's the piece of advice that you would give to them?
I would say not to compare yourself to other people's successes and to focus on your own growth and being your own player. So that's definitely something I'd say.
Here's my last question that I have for you. I have to find it so I get it exactly right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how close have you been to getting your shoe stuck in the net in a point? Have you elevated that high that you've got that foot way up there?
I don't think so.
No, a Jordan kick out there like you're trying to slam it.
Oh my gosh, I'd probably go underneath the net and kick one of the other team or other players on the other teams.
Again, I want to thank you guys, all of you. Last question that I asked, you heard me ask it at CWC. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to Coach Kinsler, or anything else you'd just like to add in general? Start with Lydia.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Like something I'd say to Miss Kinsler?
Yep, sure.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. I won't put you on the thinking spot there. Okay. All right. Meredith.
Thanks for believing in us, because I know we were an underdog team this season, and we definitely, I feel like she helped us see that we have a chance and we are a good team with talent, and we need to show that when we go into playoffs here.
I admit I was one of those that had Oakfield down further, but not because of what you lost. It's what I saw in the conference. I mean, the Trailways East was CWC, who's not in first. Valley Christian is, right? And you guys had a great battle with them. You beat Lourdes for the first time. So I mean, the top 4 teams were super solid. So that was my concern, but you guys have definitely risen to the occasion. Hayden, you get to wrap things up here for us.
I would say thank you for everything you do for us. You do so much for us, and you always believe in us and push us. Like what Meredith said, we were going to be the underdogs, and she made us prove that we were not going to be the underdogs. We were going to prove ourselves to everybody.
And the final question I have, tell me how important it is to have the excitement and energy that you have on your bench. Go ahead. You can start us, Hayden. That's fine.
It definitely helps, because I feel like I always see myself looking over to the bench, and if they're always energetic, cheering us on literally every point, it helps so much, because not only we're seeing it on the court, but we're also seeing it on the bench and in the stands. So it definitely gives us a more positive mindset that our team is doing great.
Meredith, anything you want to add?
It definitely brings a lot of energy to the court, because I feel like, me personally, I'm always looking at the bench and laughing with them, because they're part of the team and they're always there for us, and so them having energy definitely brings energy to us, and it definitely makes us play a lot better.
All right, Lydia, wrap things up.
I feel like having a lot of energy is really what gets us going and gets us playing better. So when the bench has more energy, that brings it to the court, and that makes us play better as a team.
Again, thank you to all of the ladies. Let's give them a round of applause here for the Oakfield Oaks for the fantastic job that they did up here today. And thank you again for taking the time. And let's go Oaks.
Go Oaks. Go roll corns.
There you go. This has been Jeff Sauer here talking to the Oakfield Lady Oaks up here. Lydia, Hayden and Meredith, and we'll be back after these messages here on Jeff's live streams.
Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best in the best mattress store at the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you should trust. Visit our website at www.verhakesfurniture.com. Verhakes Furniture, Marth. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhakes Furniture.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamera. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one old ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamera, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Happy fall, y'all. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Fall is a time for a whole home duct and dryer vent clean. Here's what I mean. Things off kilter? Might need a new furnace cleaning and a filter. Dust and dander? We'll take a gander. We are your home for the Coleman Equipment brand. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com, providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
Hey, it's Bucky. Give us a call, and we'll clean your ducky.
At the Pioneer Keg, great food meets a fun atmosphere. Dive into their full menu featuring award-winning cheese curds and our homemade pizzas that are simply irresistible. Try the famous Brewmaster Challenge, where the food takes center stage. And if it's Friday, get ready for our amazing Friday fish fry. Check out our relaxed atmosphere, hang with friends, where everyone has a good time. Come thirsty, come hungry, and leave happy. The Pioneer Keg, 122 South Milwaukee Street, Theresa, Wisconsin.
Coal oil and propane.
Welcome back here to The Rock. Again, thank you to Caleb Gluen for allowing us to use this facility for our showcase here. And again, I know that it's Wednesday nights are tough nights to do it. This is usually the one that has the least conflict, except for with religious classes and youth groups and that type of stuff. And unfortunately, there was seating meetings tonight, and I was looking to see if I would have gotten a text yet from either Coach Kinsler or from Coach Weiss to see what seed you guys got, and I haven't heard from them yet, so unless you guys know.
We don't.
Oh, no, okay. Joining me now here are the ladies from Laconia. Are you offended when I say Lady Spartans?
No.
Because I don't know what else could you call them Spartanesses? That would probably be more offensive, I would think. But that's just me. Well, you guys decide what. If it offends you, you have to let me know. Joining me now is Justin the Master.
Yeah, what's up, Jeff?
Justin has had a chance to see a lot of your games. I've had a chance to see 2 of them. And again, I was very, very impressed. But I'm going to let Justin take the majority of questions here and just ask you guys what's going on. And where would you like to start? Down on the end with Josie?
Whichever way you want to.
You go whichever way you want to go.
I'll start with Josie.
Okay.
Josie, obviously, there's a lot of fantastic liberos in the Flyway Conference. I would put you up there as one of them. But overall competition this season, obviously, we knew that it was your guys' conference to win unless somebody had to prove otherwise. What can you say out of this group? I mean, obviously, you have a whole bunch of new players, really, other than Finley, who was consistent on varsity last year.
Well, before you answer, I'll give you a chance to think, because I will tell you, I think that Laconia was in the same boat as Oakfield. I will tell you that I think that there's a lot of people who said you graduated a ton of seniors last year. The seniors made a very deep run, missed by a couple of points of making it to the state tournament. There is no way they can reload, and you guys have proved them wrong.
Yeah, it was definitely different with playing a whole new team, except Finley. But I think our grade, and even like Kensley and Addie, they've stepped up a lot by playing and stepping in those roles when they haven't even had any varsity playing time, or maybe a little, last year.
What's your favorite memory of volleyball so far?
I would say our Mayville game that we just played. The pit was packed, and it was a very fun game to play.
Was it fun when you were down 2-1?
Not really.
I know. I throw in those little jabs here when I get a chance. But you should be celebrating because I thought your third set was a phenomenal. The fifth set was a phenomenal set of volleyball.
Yeah, for sure. It was very fun to play. Mayville's a great team, so it was very fun to play them.
Do you think the atmosphere where someone comes on the road there makes a big difference at the pit comparatively to other schools?
For sure, especially because they had a student section too, and we did, and there was so many fans, so it definitely helps when everyone's cheering.
Who's the DJ in the locker room?
I usually am, but we switched it up to Scarlett. She's been playing some pretty good songs, so maybe keep it at her.
So what are those top 5 on her playlist that are pretty good?
I don't even know.
Good, because I'm the same way. I can sing this lyrics like crazy,
Yeah,
but
right.
ask me who the artist is and the title of the song, I couldn't tell you.
What are your plans after high school?
I don't know yet. Hopefully go to college, but I don't know what for yet.
All right, thank you. Jeff, you got anything?
I'm going to ask this. So you heard me ask this question maybe to CWC, but who are you going to draft from another team to come over to Laconia to play? Hypothetically, because there's no such thing with school open enrollment and that type of stuff that you really could do that.
Yeah. I would say Emma from Campbell Sport, the right side and setter, very good player. And when we played Waupun, I thought their libero was excellent. She had really good energy, which I think just lifted their team up so much.
Have you always played libero?
Usually, in the past 2 years for varsity DS, in clubs, switch off from DS libero, but yeah, mostly DS. So this is my first year really stepping into the libero spot.
Do you enjoy having that extra pressure being on you as being considered to be the defensive specialist?
I think I do. I think it gives me a lot more confidence, and the fact that I'm able to make a lot more plays as a libero than just being in as a 3-rotation DS.
Well, you do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Thanks again for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. This is Josie sharing her story with us today. Let's give her a hand.
Finley, I feel like we talk to you all the time, just kind of a usual thing, but from last year to this year, obviously you're being one of the leaders on this team. What can you take from your experience last year to your experience with these new girls this year?
Yeah, definitely last year with that big senior group, they were all such leaders, and I think they helped me realize what a leader really means, and just kind of helping the new players who haven't had as much varsity experience kind of show them what it also takes to be a leader. I think our team's coming together really good.
What advice would you have for your younger self or younger players in any sport?
I would say just don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own plan, and you'll get there when you get there. Everyone has their own progress, so just don't compare yourself to others.
Finley, you play multiple sports?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Basketball.
How has being in two different, because those, there's the jumping, but there still is a lot different skill set, different muscles that you're using. How has that made you be a better basketball player as well as a better volleyball player?
Volleyball definitely helps with jumping standpoint, but just helping with both, I think strength, lifting a lot, and working on my agility, I think that helps a lot.
Josie, I forgot to ask you, do you play multiple sports?
No, I don't, just volleyball.
Just volleyball?
Yeah.
But it sounded like club, so
Yeah.
you constantly are still active.
Yeah, once school season's done, then probably a couple months or a week, and then club season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Finley, you play other sports as basketball, but for you, what does your off season look like to stay ready for both of those sports?
I really don't have a complete off season. My spring sport is AAU basketball, but during that time we have volleyball open gym, so that's how I get myself prepared for the following volleyball season. But always just doing basketball and trying to keep myself busy.
For you guys, what do you think has been the defining moment of your season so far?
I think, honestly, the Mayville game, kind of securing that at least a shared title. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I think people don't expect us to come in here with losing as many seniors as we did last year. No one knew what to expect from our team, and I think we kind of stepped into that role and are continuing our legacy.
Jeff, you got anything else?
Finley, if I remember correctly, are you committed already for basketball?
No.
You're not, but you have had several different schools that you've had conversation with. What are you planning to study? Have you figured that out yet?
Something medical. I love math and science, so definitely something medical.
Do you guys at Laconia, and I'm asking because I really don't know, do you have the opportunity to do like a youth apprenticeship or something like that where you'll get a chance to do some exploring in the medical field?
Yeah, we do have youth apprenticeship. Right now I'm doing it through the school, so I'm kind of just working as like a teacher's assistant in some of the classrooms. I like giving back to the community, so trying to help with younger students who need a little bit more help. But there is options to do something medical.
Talk about the community in general, the support that you guys have from Rosendale, Brandon areas for your programs.
Yeah, the community support is great. You can see a lot of our players' families show up and friends, and there's always a big student section. Not even just that, there's tons of little kids there, and it's awesome to see them looking up to us. I remember being in their shoes one day and like thinking my time's never going to come, and here it is. So just kind of, we appreciate the community a lot.
Tell me about the pit. Is it still the pit?
Yeah, it is.
What makes it the pit?
I think just how like the court is just, there's bleachers everywhere. It's very like eyes on the court, and I love it. The atmosphere is great, especially when it fills up. It's really fun to play in.
Thank you very much for sharing with us here. It's been Finley Morgan joining us here on the Volleyball Player Showcase. Let's give her a hand. Now, Miss Plein, talk to us a little bit about how this season has progressed.
We started off a little weak, I would say. We came out decent, but you know, as the season has progressed.
I'm sorry?
2 seed.
Oh, thank you. I thought he was trying to really flip me off, but no, I take that back. That was so Laconia was the 2 seed. That's exactly what I predicted. I'm guessing Mayville was the 3 seed because that's what I was predicting was going to be there. Because I am predicting, and I know this isn't the playoff show, but I'm predicting that it's going to be a regional final at the pit between Laconia and Mayville. That's my prediction. We'll see how close. There are the 4, so that won't happen, so I'm wrong. Okay. Is that a good thing? We're not talking playoffs. Anyways, let's go. Kendall, talk to us a little bit. Justin, you've got questions to talk to Kendall about.
See, I always forget this. You guys are all still juniors. You have no seniors, and you get to be together as a group for one more year. What does that mean to you guys?
It's one more year to come out. You know, we got this year to work together and kind of find our way as a team, and you've seen that as the season progressed. We've become a lot stronger. We've started working better together, and I'm hoping that next year we can bring that same level to start the season off and just keep getting better from there.
You wrote down what was your favorite memory from your youth sports. What was that?
Oh, golly. I think I put being a setter in middle school.
You were the setter in middle school. How did that transition to becoming the outside?
Well, they needed a setter for, like, the middle school team, and I was like, okay, like, this works or whatever, and then I'd play 3 sets as an outside and 2 sets as a setter. But it was kind of fun. I don't know.
Do you think that that's helped your game? That you have a little bit better understanding of what a good set looks like for the swing?
They probably weren't good sets. Probably tell you what a bad set looks like.
What's your favorite pregame meal?
Oh, golly. Chicken and rice.
Seems to be a common theme. I see another chicken and rice on here as
well. Yeah, I hear you. What is the strangest superstition on the team?
I don't know if it's strange. So for all of our games, we wear the opposing team's colors as a ribbon. So we get a big bag of ribbons at the beginning of the year, and then before the game, we pick out 2 to 3, and then we tie them around a hair tie, and we wear them. So, like, I have a whole collection on my bag just of
all the other schools' colors.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I don't know where it started. We did it last year a little bit. We do it every game this year. I mean, there's a couple games last year we probably missed, but yeah, I don't know.
It was probably a respect thing that you guys were thinking about for your opponents would be my guess. Here's what you actually said, though, on your paper.
Oh, golly.
Josie thinks that if she gets less sleep before games, she's going to play a lot better.
Okay, so,
Josie, is that true?
I think so. I think it is.
The more sleep deprived you are, the better you play.
Maybe, or it's just luck, I don't know.
Well, it can't be a superstition because they don't exist. So I'm just letting you know that. Okay.
Yes.
Next question,
Disappoint
Justin.
me when you say that. You really disappoint me when you say that. But from the ups and downs this year, what can you guys take? Obviously, I've had chats with Coach Weiss about your ups and downs just in overall, but your guys' highs and lows, what can you guys take and move forward as the year continues?
I think a lot of times something we struggle with is just bringing energy to games and coming to games ready to win. I think a lot of times we start out slow. I know that stresses our coach out quite a bit, but I think if we can start bringing more of that energy, more of that desire to win to games, we'll be coming out a lot hotter, and those 5-set games become 4-set games. You know what I mean?
The grit that you guys show, though, is it seems like to me, again, I go back and I do watch some of the games just to see because I just like high school sports. But from what I have noticed in there is watching, you never seem like you're out of it. You could be down in a set by 10 points and you'll rally yourselves all the way back to get it even. I mean, that is just an incredible. Tell me about that mindset that you guys have.
I think sometimes it takes us resetting a little bit and just stopping ourselves and slowing down a little bit and saying, okay, like we need to dig in, we need to get back, and then coming together as a team and really playing for each other and not just individually. I think a lot of times we struggle, we get in our heads, and then we kind of fall off from that team, and we start playing more individually. And when we just reset, we come back together, we get a couple points going, and then from there, we dig in well, and then keeping that energy going as we dig in so that we can continue to push forward. That helps more.
So you guys are extremely, extremely lucky. You play two other sports, correct? What do you play?
I play basketball in the winter and then softball in the spring and summer.
You don't know what it's like to lose.
Yeah.
Finley, right? I mean, you guys have had incredible. Yes, you've had losses along the way, but there seem to be usually in a pretty deep run towards the state tournament.
Yeah, I think any sport that at least I'm in, the girls have a lot of passion for the sport, and all the time there's always a good bond, and I think that helps so much on the court. And just doing like team dinners, team activities, that really helps that bond.
Do you have another question you'd like to ask?
That's all I have.
I'll have you guys each answer this individually. So I've got 2 questions. So we'll start here with Kendall, and we'll work our way down. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
My parents. They're always there. They're always at my game supporting me. If one can't make it, the other person's there. Yeah.
Finley?
I would say my parents. They're always there for me, and my whole family, not just immediate, like everyone's always there. It's crazy. Like sometimes after games, we'll take a huge picture, and it's amazing to see who else comes and supports me.
Josie?
Also say my parents, always supporting me. Even if, like what Kendall said, if one of them is busy, the other one always tries to make it. And even my grandma and grandpa, aunt and uncle, if they can't go, they're watching online, always supporting me, and it's amazing.
Coming back this way now, Josie, you get to wrap up the last question here. One thing you'd like to tell Coach Weiss?
I would really just say thank you for always seeing it in us. And with losing all of those seniors, she really still sees the team that we have and what we can be.
Finley, same question.
Yeah, adding on to Josie, I think Coach Weiss just believes in us so much, and they put a lot of time in. We know Troy watches so much game film for us, and it really helps us on the court.
Kendall?
Yeah, thank you for supporting us and always being there. They show up to all of our tournaments. They're always ready to go. They know what to say to keep us motivated. They spend a lot of time doing what they do, and we appreciate it a lot.
You guys are fun to watch. Thank you for always being there for when we want to get interviews with you and taking the time to talk with us here on Jeff's live stream. I know that Justin really appreciates it. He loves watching, and he constantly is talking about how awesome it was at the game. So I want to thank you guys for that as well. So thanks for taking the time to join us here on a Wednesday evening to give up your time and do the showcase with us. Let's thank the ladies here from Laconia for the fantastic job that they did tonight. We're going to step aside here, and then we're going to come back and talk just a little bit about Mayville. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here, but we wanted to still give them a shout-out for covering them. We'll be back here on Jeff's live stream.
To establishing and upholding lasting relationships with our respected customers. We pledge to provide exceptional and reliable service, exceeding your expectations, and are dedicated to continuous improvement, embracing and driving change to better serve you. Whether you need service for residential, commercial, or agricultural, Coal Oil and Propane has you covered. Our goals are simple: great products, competitive pricing, and reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel and lubricant needs. Trust Coal Oil and Propane.
Municipal Well and Pump has helped communities and industries keep water running with expert well drilling, pump installation, and dependable maintenance. Our experienced team is committed, quality workmanship, and getting the job done right the very first time. When reliable water matters most, trust the name built on honesty, integrity, and experience. Municipal Well and Pump, delivering water you can depend on.
We have another statue.
Welcome back here to Jeff's live stream. No, we do not. It's okay, Justin. We don't have another stat sheet here. I guess I'll take this camera shot here that the doctor, Cameron Hatcher, set up for us once again. And we just want to give it a little bit of a shout out to Mayville. All three of us have had the opportunity to see them play. Let's quickly go ahead. I think either Mackay or Justin, just let us know about what you think about the Mayville team.
It will finish 20-11 this year. I mean, minus that tough loss against Laconia in 5 sets on the road at the pit, which most teams don't make it past 3 sets at the pit. It was a fantastic match. They're a very good team. Might be one of the best 4 seeds. We don't talk about the playoffs, but we don't like to. But they might be one of the best 4 seeds we're gonna see come in playoff time. Okay, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, just speaking of this Mayville team, it's honestly so incredible to think about all the amazing teams we get to cover.
Yeah.
And they're so young. And every team that we cover, I feel like, has so many years of potential left in them. And their farm system, I'm going to say, is fantastic. The girls coming up under them are just great. So I'm really excited not only for this year going to the playoffs now, but years coming up to Mayville, Laconia, they're going to be battling at the top of the conference. And who knows who's going to be joining them in a couple of years. So it'll be fun.
It's funny you talk about that flyweight conference. You get the 3 teams at the top. They're all juniors.
Yeah.
Campbellsport, Mayville, and Laconia, they're all juniors. Every one of them. You're going to see them again next year.
It is extremely competitive. Everybody talks about flyweight football, but flyweight volleyball has been absolutely phenomenal so far this year. A couple of things, again, I'm sorry, Justin, where did they finish in the conference? Right now they're 5-1.
They will finish dead second if well,
they have
tomorrow
to beat
night,
Springs, right? I mean, there's
have
always
to beat
potential.
Springs,
The one team I never ever want to play is Springs because they do a good job of coaching in the talent that they bring in.
And WLA would also have to beat Laconia as well, and then they could get a share, which Laconia and Mayville played a tight one. So theoretically, if you're doing a thinking thing, maybe it'll be a tight one between WLA and Laconia, but you never know.
What have you been impressed with is some of the play? I'm sorry, you had something
No,
else.
I was just going to say, on the screen there, we saw Mayville in the outdoor classic that they had earlier. How cool was that,
Yeah.
huh?
Absolutely phenomenal that was, and for the Battle of the Marsh. And there's several other teams that they could possibly add into that, so it'll be interesting to see that. You've seen some of the play. Talk about what you have been so impressed with. What part of their game have you been most impressed with?
It just really crisp. They get a nice, good first pass, and everything comes from that first pass. They've done it really well. It allows for nice sets and obviously the fantastic net presence that they've had both offensively and defensively. It all starts with the initial back row. They're getting something up and making it clean, and that's exactly what Mayville has done all season long. They've looked really good. They've looked very competitive back there, and like we talked about, the young, they have time to grow still. All juniors, we'll see them back for a senior year next year, probably the same exact team. They have an additional year to gain on that, which is already a fantastic team and a lot of good players out there.
What has been so impressive to me, and I don't know if you've seen the same thing. I know you did see the same thing, Mackay. Their quick set in the middle is so timed that it is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know how you stop it. You cannot time it with the block.
Well, and they're looking for the middle the whole time, whether it's Voskel, Bader, Brielle Ehlers, the freshman who's been fantastic for them this year. They can go to their middles, and it doesn't matter if the other team has someone as tall as them. The middle's going to win. And the only time I saw their middles not win this year was against WLA, and that was it. It's the only time. Every other time, they are consistently attack the middle, and then you get a girl like Lillian Mansueto on the outside, and you can add that into your offense. They're fun to watch.
Well, any final thoughts that you have on Mayville?
Okay, you got anything?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think we covered a lot of it.
How about final thoughts here on the showcase? Makai, your first time?
My first time for the showcase, but man, it did not disappoint. Some fantastic young ladies here. Obviously, we get to talk about not only what they're doing on the court, but off the court, showing off their personalities, which is always one of the most important things we do, I think. It's fantastic to not only get to watch the games every week, but also to learn who these young girls are and what they believe in and what they go do it for. So I'm really pleased with the first one. I thought it went well. I thought we had a lot of great people here, a lot of great young ladies, and I'm looking forward to next week with football now.
Yeah, we got football coming up, but I mean, what a week we got again to finish here. I mean, now the playoffs in volleyball we can get ready for, and we know, again, we got great teams to cover in the area. This next month or 3-ish weeks is going to be very fun on Jeff's live streams and Radio Plus.
My biggest takeaway from this, again, is we didn't really talk a ton about the skills and the play and all of that type of stuff. We got a chance to have these young athletes, these young ladies, share with us, and I thought they were so skilled in expressing themselves, and I thought they did a nice job of representing their schools and their communities and their families in general. And again, this is one of my most favorite nights. I liked the football one. I like when we do the preseason. So we're going to be back to back to back, basically, because we got hockey coming up to start talking about, and then we'll have a preseason basketball if we can get all of that type of stuff set up. So we're going to have an opportunity to talk to a whole bunch of student athletes who get recognized for everything they do on the court, but they deserve to have the recognition off the court. I want to thank everybody again for watching us here. Thanks for coming and joining us here. We really appreciate you taking the time to be with us here on Jeff's live stream. We really hope that you've enjoyed the time that was here. You heard us talk about it. We've got volleyball tomorrow. We've got Springs is at May. We're not covering that one at Mayville, but we've got CWC has a doubleheader. And then we've got soccer. We're actually covering Waupun is going to be taking on Waupun is going to be taking on CWC in soccer Friday. Then we go to Randolph and we go to Mayville, right? Elmira Mayville is going to be a dandy of a game. Plus, there will be 3 other games that are going to be on the Radio Plus network. So, again, we want to thank you for joining us here on Jeff's live stream
Saturday.
Don't forget we have that Oakfield 8-man playoff starting on
Oh,
Saturday.
my gosh. How could I have I forgot about that? But you are absolutely right. We are so stoked that we get to go and cover them. Hey, so, again, we don't like to do playoff shows per se, but I've got Oakfield making it all the way to the state tournament. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be covering them because I'll be laid up with my knee. So it's going to leave you guys to get out there and pull the weight for Jeff's live stream as we get to cover them all the way. But, again, it's going to be very impressive. And we're going to watch these Lady Oaks also make a deep run. Thanks again for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. Take care. God bless. And we can't wait to